This game raised question today. Did Real Madrid deserve the win? Don't let the scoreline fool you. Once again, the first half was wasted, riddled with the defensive gaps that Sevilla could have punished. But without Jude Bellingham's decisive goal and another heroic night from Courtois, this could have ended differently, very differently, that Xabi Alonso may have been sacked tonight. While Madrid survived, Mbappé made history tonight. He equalized Ronaldo's record, 59 goals in one calendar year. But the question is raised again. Did really Madrid deserve the win? So let's dive in. Real Madrid in the first half started very conservative. We saw them. They played with a very slow, uninspired rhythm. They focused on short passes and on some unsuccessful build-ups. However, Sevilla in the first 30 minutes, they closed all the passing lanes. They put a heavy man marking system on Bellingham and double-teamed Vinícius to keep him quiet. Madrid's only early spark was a chip from Ferran Garcia after a Rodrigo pass, but they mostly struggled. It took a set-piece header from Bellingham in minute 37-50 to make it 1-0, even though the team's overall performance was humble and lacked threat. Real Madrid's struggle wasn't only during the build-up or holding the ball or trying to exploit gaps between Sevilla's lines, but they struggled defensively as well. There were massive holes and gaps between the defensive line of Real Madrid and the midfield. Sometimes Sevilla was able to exploit this. So let's take a look at some examples here. In minute 42-47, we could see here several Real Madrid's players are drawn towards the ball on the left flank, leaving the central area and the far side completely exposed. I don't know how players like Madrid's players leaving these big gaps. That wasn't the only example. There's so many examples, and today I want to show you as many as I can. So let's take a look at another example here. So in minute 51-35, see how the Sevilla's attacker between Rudiger and the Huijsen. Wow. And there is a massive gap in there. The defense is dropping deep. In this picture, the defense is dropping deep while the midfield is staying high. This creates a corridor in the middle of the pitch. A simple, easily bypassed Real Madrid's center back. Wow, I was amazed when I saw this. What's happening with the defensive line? They need more organization. This organization led to too many chances for Sevilla. And there was another bad marking by Tchouaméni in minute 6. The defensive struggle in Real Madrid. That bad marking allowed dangerous chip into the box. Huge space were left open throughout the half. And another gap between Asensio and Rudiger nearly cost them a goal. Now I want to take a moment and thank you for being here. In this upcoming year, we're gonna go crazy with the La Liga, especially with Barcelona and Real Madrid. And if you're enjoying tactical breakdown for Real Madrid and Barcelona, make sure you subscribe. And we're not leaving the Premier League alone. We're gonna have a tactical breakdown for Premier League and Champions League as well. So stay tuned and make sure you subscribe. Now let's move to the next point. Yes, nearly cost them but it didn't cost them anything because there was Courtois. Courtois, the wall, the best goalkeeper in the world. He was able to save multiple chances. He made a miraculous 1 versus 1 save just a minute later. He continued to his brilliance by denying Sevilla's again and again, saving a long range shot from Sanchez and making a final incredible save against Alphon in stoppage time. Yes, Courtois was always there for Real Madrid when they struggled. But there was a turning point in the game. When was the turning point? Do you think it was an interference from Xabi Alonso or some tactical change? No. The turning point was when Marcos was sent off with a red card. Here, Sevilla played with 10 players. Of course, when you're playing against Real Madrid in the Santiago Bernabeu with 10 players against 11, the whole game would change. But they kept trying and trying again and again. But they could have not done anything because there was Courtois over there. Xabi Alonso tried to utilize the man down from Sevilla and brought in Camavinga to stabilize the midfield. And we saw that Camavinga, it brought more dynamic in the midfield. And Mbappé, Mbappé, Mbappé was looking after Ronaldo's record, 59 goal in 1 year. So he attempted to score in minute 78, but the defense cover from Sevilla was able to clear the ball. But eventually, Mbappe was able to break the record and celebrate. See! So I don't know. I don't think I did it well. So I better shut up. So he was able to score the 59 goal in 1 year. So therefore, Mbappe is running after records, and this is the first record that he broke in Real Madrid. But I totally believe in Mbappe, especially with his performance this year. He's after big numbers, and probably he's gonna break more records in the La Liga. Yes, Mbappe scored 60 goals in 1 calendar year. However, Madrid won today. But did they actually deserve the game? There's a lot of questions behind Madrid's performance. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear it out. And I want to know, what do you think about Real Madrid's performance? And we'll see you in the next one. Peace!